The hours, probably. Because even though what we do is can sometimes be difficult, it's quite enjoyable. So I think there are times when we work 14, 16 hours a day, or I don't see my son for hours, or on the weekend sometimes. So those are the bits I find the hardest. I always quite liked Edward Thomas's, because that was the first one I worked on as well. But obviously I'm going to always be slightly partisan and say it's mine. Well, there's a group of people really, but my assistant, our director, David Shermer, and I tended to kind of look after most things, and then we have different people doing different things. So we've got a man that looks after the lights, another man that looks after the screens, someone else that comes in and loads the custard cream in the little custard cream chute, and stuff. So it's a team effort. You have to be a little bit crazy and have some weird ideas is the best way. But you have to start with certain things that we all know have to be there. I mean, you know, like there's got to be a central console, right? With the rotor that goes up and down. And it has to have some of those rondelles, you know, the roundness that you have on the walls and stuff. So we know they have to stay there. They have to be there. So, and then it's whatever you want to do with that then, how you do it. What I've done is I've gone a little bit organic with it and made it more as if they've harnessed natural power in the crystals to try and travel through time, instead of it being more like a spaceship, if you like. So it feels more like it's a little bit more kind of harnessing in natural power. A little bit longer than we thought. From the beginning of the drawings to finishing building it was about 5 months. But from the beginning of building it to finishing was about 3 months. So there was a good 2 months of drawings and getting ideas and getting quotes and getting people to say, can we make it like this or can't we? And then trying to work it out. There's a lot of working out, you see. I'm not sure I can tell you that. The most expensive part is the crystal in the middle because it has no price. It's priceless. Other than that, the screens are on the outside because we couldn't make them. We had to buy them and bring them in. Yes, I did. And I did. It's funny how your memory kind of plays with things. When I was working on Doctor, because this is my second time working on Doctor Who. I worked on Doctor Who back when it first came back with Crystal Records in 2004. And I kind of thought, I remember Doctor Who when I was a kid, you know, I would remember it on the telly, but I didn't think I'd watched it that much. And I came across my mother had sent me some packs of old photographs, because we used to have to print photographs, there wasn't always digital on the screen. And there was a pack of photographs that I had taken on a trip to Blackpool where the Doctor Who exhibition, do you remember there was an exhibition in Blackpool? Yeah. And it was pictures I'd taken around that exhibition, and it was of some elements of the show that we had actually hired back in. So it was really weird at the time, kind of went full circle, you know. So yes, I was a fan. Yes, because I'd worked there before, I kind of knew quite a bit about various things as well. But the most important thing about this time was that it was new. So even though, like I said, we had to keep some elements that were the same, we very much wanted to be something very new, very different. So we didn't really have to tie into old designs so much. Well, this is a very, very interesting question, this, right? Because if you look at the signs well, it's closed now, but the signs that directed you to the Doctor Who experience in the bay, what was on the sign wasn't a Tardis, wasn't a Doctor, it was a silhouette of a Dalek, right? So that shape, I think, you can't mess about with, you know? You've got to stick to that shape. It's very, very, very iconic. So I think what you do is you play with maybe the materials you make it out of, or, you know, if I get the chance, it would be amazing to have a play with that. But I think you've got to stick to those. You know, it has to have the round bits on the skirts. You know, it has to have the laser gun. Has to have the eye stalk, doesn't it? Yeah. No, it's perfect.
I know. So the question is the weirdest one because it's a very iconic Tardis you built.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Yeah, but it's you know, there are things you'd always, whenever you do anything, there's things you'd like to tweak. But one of the key things we did with that side was that we made it feel like it was never finished. You know, it's meant to feel like it's constantly evolving and changing. That's why those big walls can move. And we added things to the center console as the program went on, and made added extra things for it and stuff. So I think you can always add. Ooh, well, I have to say the last Doctor Who, don't I? Because that was a big thing. But one of the shows that I worked on that gave me an opportunity the most was something called Sherlock, which I also worked on a few years back. So I think both of them are very close to my heart, really. Have you heard of Count Dracula? It was a very, very famous book about a vampire. So that's what I'm doing next.